Namaste, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please remember to hit that subscribe button and also hit that little bell so you receive notifications every time I release incredible content to help you live your best pain-free life. What I want to talk about today is the Longissimus and the Quadratus lumborum. Now, there are really two important back muscles, as you can see here, as I show you on the diagram. As we're looking at the Longissimus, you can see how the Longissimus is this incredibly big global stabilizer of the spine. It attaches right down into the sacrum and goes all the way up to the base of the neck, or at the top of the neck, more specifically, the base of the skull. It's a really important muscle. So if you want to practice saying it with me, it's called Longissimus. Longissimus. You can always impress your friends at a party if you want to share some knowledge that they probably don't have about the Longissimus. Very few people have heard about it or talked about it, and yet it's one of the most important muscles in your back. So many people are dealing with lower back pain, and I'm on a mission to get the Longissimus working properly. The next muscle is the Quadratus lumborum, or sometimes referred to as the QL. And the QL is also a very important muscle in the back, which we want to make sure is working and contracting properly. Part of the QL's job is to stabilize the spine, the lower back specifically, and in relationship to the pelvis. So it actually attaches to the lower back and to the pelvis, as well as to the rib cage. So it really controls this relationship between upper and lower body, if you will. It's one of the muscles that does that. And they're really important muscles, especially in terms of the lower back, because they help to keep the lower back stable. Now, they both function a little bit differently, but together they really secure a strong and stable spine. So I want to show you 3 exercises today to help get your back stronger and feeling better. And the way that we're going to do that is by improving both the Longissimus and the QL's ability to contract properly. All right, so let's get to it here. Now, before we start, if you want to just kind of stand up for a moment and just see how you feel, there's a really nice exercise that you can do when you're standing up. You can kind of stand with your feet a little bit apart here, cross your arms, and then just kind of come to the side and just notice how you feel. Now, be careful not to press the hips out. So we want to keep the hips engaged and then come back up. And then again, come to the other side. So one of the functions of QL and Longissimus is both they act as back stabilizers and engage our ability to move the back into extension, but they also are really important for side bending. So as we move from side to side, they actually shorten. If muscles are not working, remember that always, if muscles are not working, they're not shortening properly, your range of motion is going to be inhibited, meaning that you're not going to be able to reach more. So many people have the opposite thinking. They're like, oh, I can't move there because this side is tight. Well, what we know is that if we're improving these muscles' ability to contract, guess what? These side will actually start to release. The absolute wrong thing to do is to violate your own body's protective mechanisms. Muscle tightness is always a symptom of the body not feeling stable. If we get the body feeling stable, guess what? Range of motion improves. So I haven't stretched probably in a good 7 years, and it's one of the reasons why I'm a lot healthier today and stronger than I have ever been since even when I was in my 20s. Okay, so let's start with this practice. We're going to come onto our stomachs here. And this is just one of my favorite poses. It's called Superman pose, or Shalabhasana. You're going to lift the legs and lift the chest. Now, if you want to bring your hands to your lower back, you can feel the lower back muscles engaging. and then come on back down. Specifically, we're going for the longissimus. So if you come to your spine and then feel just on the sides of the spine, you're going to feel a big muscle bulging out. That's your longissimus. Okay, so lift up, lift them up, and lift them up. Now, if you find that you're lifting your chest up higher than your legs, come back down a little bit with the chest and lift the legs up, and then come on down. And then come on up. Again, lift the legs, and then I usually will allow the chest to follow. Oh my God, it's so hard to get those legs up. I'm filming this early in the morning and my body is still not quite waking up, but every time I successfully do this, and then come on down, and then come on back up. With each successive lift, I feel like my muscles are working better and engaging better. They're sort of asleep, and all we're doing is now waking them up, meaning that we're connecting the brain to the muscle. Come on back up. Nice. 3, 4, 5, 6, and back down. And come on back up. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and back down. Let's do it one more time. Come on back up. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and back down. Bring your hands to the floor for a moment, just underneath your forehead. Let your forehead relax there. Just take a couple of deep breaths. It's always important to remember that as we're healing our body, we do that through the part of our nervous system that's called parasympathetic nervous system, which basically means the rest and digest state. When your body is in a rest and digest state, it will heal very quickly. So take a couple deep breaths here and exhale. Very nice. And then please come onto your back. We're going to do this thing called a hip hike, and you can see more about the hip hike in my other video that I did exclusively on the Quadratus lumborum. And you're going to come in onto your back here, and what we're going to do is pull the hip towards the ribs. So you're going to pull the hip up. Now, we're not pushing through the opposite leg. Okay, don't worry about this leg. Keep it really neutral or relaxed, but just pull this hip up, and you're going to feel the QL in the back body engaging, and then relax. And then pull it up, and relax. And pull it up, and relax, and pull it up, and relax, and pull it up, and relax, and pull it up, and relax. We'll do it one more time. Pull it up. So again, you're pulling the hip bone towards the ribs. You can feel the muscle starting to shorten. It's a bit of a strange sensation only because you probably have never had a relationship with your QL. You know when it's out, you know when it's been stressed because it hurts like hell, but you don't necessarily know how to access that muscle and make it work properly. And that's what this exercise does. So again, now on the left side, pull that left hip up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and relax. And again, pull that hip up and hold for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and relax. And pull that hip up. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and relax, and pull that hip up. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and relax it. And then pull the hip up and hold for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and relax. And again, pull the hip up one more time. Pull it up. 3, 4, 5, and 6, and relax. Very nice. Roll over to the side, please, and then come and sit up. And just cross your legs. Very good. Now, as you're sitting here with crossed legs, I want you to cross your arms. Now, bring your right shoulder to the right hip bone as much as you can. In 3, 4, 5, 6, and then back up. We're definitely getting into a few other muscles here, but we're still working on activating the QL and some of the other side benders, including the longissimus. So come on over, right shoulder to right hip. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and come back up. And then come back over and holding 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and back up. Do it 2 more times. Come on back over. Remember to breathe. And back up. Inhale and exhale back over. Five and 6, and come back up. Rest your hands on your knees just for a breath. Inhale deeply. And exhale deeply. And cross your arms. Sit up well. And then exhale, bring the left shoulder to the left hip bone. And come in a little bit more. And then come on back up. And then come back over to the side again. Squeeze. Think about the left shoulder moving to the left hip. Don't worry about what's going on this side. But just squeeze that left shoulder to the left hip. And then inhale back up. And exhale, come back over. Squeezing that left shoulder to the left hip bone. Inhale, come back up. Lift up through the heart, lift up through the chest. Exhale, come back over. Squeeze the left shoulder to the left hip bone. And then inhale back up. And exhale back over. Very nice. Very, 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 very nice. All right, inhale, come back up. Now, I want you to come and stand again with your feet a little bit apart here. And then from here, cross your arms and then bring your right shoulder to the right hip. Do you notice if there's a difference? Do you feel a little bit different here? For me, I feel more stability. I also feel like I have a lot more range of motion. Inhale, come back up. I was also noticing a few kinks in my lower back before I started as I came over to the side, and those kinks are now gone. There's more freedom in my back because A, my back feels supported, come back up, and the muscles surrounding the joints in my lower back are now working properly. And as they're working properly, my muscles there have a better ability to contract and contract on demand and support the joints in my lower back. Guys, have a super wonderful day. It's such a pleasure to be here. I hope that you take these teachings and help use these teachings to support your body so that you feel better, live pain-free, and manifest and live your life purpose. Have a super wonderful day.